Welcome back to Reshape Your Life. And today I'm going to be talking about ways to speed up the healing process and recover faster from an accident or injury. If you just want to cut to the chase, there is a link in the comments or the show notes to order some of the products that I'm going to be talking about today by eScript. Those are coming from our sponsors at Designs for Health, and they will be shipped to you directly from the virtual dispensary. And I have included a 30% discount for listeners of Reshape Your Life podcast. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that and keep listening for more tips and techniques like the ones I'm going to share today. Now, as I mentioned, there are some products and there's also some lifestyle factors here. I have broken this down into 3 different components to repair from an injury or to heal from an injury, and that is inflammation, circulation, and remodeling. So the first part of that is inflammation. Inflammation, the way I like to say that is when your body is inflamed, it's in flames, like as if it were on fire. You know what inflammation is? It's your body's acute reaction to some trauma. An accident or injury causes some heat, it causes some swelling, and that is part of the healing response. So in the short term or acutely, some inflammation is okay, but when it keeps going on and on, it becomes chronic. That is going to impede your ability to heal. So we need to put that fire out so that the tissue can heal. Very difficult for your body to heal while there is a high amount of inflammation. So one thing you can do is cut down on the amount of inflammatory ingredients in your diet. Something like a paleo diet or a primal, ancestral, low carb, ketogenic / carnivore type diet would be the way to do that. Reducing things like industrial seed oils, sugar, corn syrup, flour, and things like that. That's going to go a long ways towards reducing systemic inflammation. The product that I have in mind is Inflammatone. And this is a combination of botanicals, polyphenols. There are some enzymes in there. It's designed to promote a healthy inflammatory response by supporting your body's ability to break down certain compounds that are produced during the inflammatory process. So in that way, this formula supports normal tissue repair process. Key ingredients in Inflammatone, and that is on the eScript that I mentioned earlier, that most people would be familiar with would be turmeric. There's also some ginger and some boswelia, also known as Indian frankincense. Those are some things you might have heard of. Those are all anti-inflammatory. So we're trying to get that inflammation down. So we're going to stop putting the bad stuff in there. We're going to start putting some good stuff in there to help with that healing process and get that inflammation going. The next one is a fish oil supplement. That's going to be a source of omega-3s. OmegAvail Hi Po from Designs for Health is the product that's included in your eScript there. That is a high potency omega-3 fatty acid. It has DHA and EPA in a 1-to-1 ratio, so equal amounts of both of those. And let's see, the science behind that, I mentioned earlier, getting the industrial seed oils or so-called vegetable oils out of your diet. Those contain a lot of omega-6s, which are inflammatory. Omega-3s from quality fish oil, for example, the ratio in the human diet should be something like a 1-to-1 ratio. But because we have so much industrial processing in our food, the ratios of omega-6 now are way higher than omega-3s, and that is promoting a lot of systemic inflammation. So again, that's a 2-step process. Work on your diet, work on getting those things out of your diet. You could get enough omega-3 fatty acids from eating cold water fish like salmon or something like that 3 or more times per week. If you're not going to do that, just go ahead and take the omega-3 supplement that I've included here. And by the way, on this eScript, if there's something on the list that you don't want, you can just go in and take it off. If there are other things that you do want to add to that and take advantage of that 30% discount, you're welcome to do that as well. Let's just say you're not able to purchase all these things at once. You can edit in that way and go and order things on a weekly basis or whatever you need to do to get it to fit your budget. So let's see, omega-3. Okay, so next up we got, let's see, we did inflammation, circulation. Okay, when we get injured, when we pull a muscle or something like that, normally what's going on is we have damaged the connective tissue or the tendon. Muscles are very pliable. Tendon is the end of the muscle where it's attached to the bone. Example would be like your Achilles tendon. I've had an injury there that I've been dealing with for several months, so something that's on the top of my mind. If you've had like a knee injury or an elbow where there's a joint, that involves some connective tissue as well, where the muscle is attaching to the bone. One of the reasons why that is so difficult to heal is because connective tissue, like tendons, is avascular. It does not have a blood flow going to it. It doesn't have a blood vessels or supply the way muscle does. Muscle tissue is more elastic. It's spongy and it has a lot of blood going to it, so it heals faster. These tendons are kind of stubborn. So in order to get more blood to the area, which keep in mind, blood delivers nutrients and oxygen. That's one of its main jobs. In order to get more of that into the area, I have included a product called Nox Synergy. That is a vasodilator. So that includes two of my favorite ingredients, citrulline and arginine. Those are both amino acids, and they act as vasodilators. So meaning they just relax the blood vessel and allow the blood to flow through faster. So you get, like I said, more blood to the area. That's going to help flush out some of the toxins and bring in more nutrients for the healing process. Okay, final step here we have is remodeling. And I actually have some of the products with me that I've been using for this purpose. Your muscles, your bones, your joints, your tendons, every part of your body is made up primarily of protein. So along with some fatty acids, those are incorporated into the cell membrane as well. So I have a 1-2 punch here that I've been using. This is the ISO Whey from Designs for Health. And I've been combining that with the whole body collagen. And so with the total of these, I'm getting close to 50 grams of protein by making a shake with this and putting it in a ultra filtered milk base. 1 scoop of this, 1 packet of that. The protein, whey protein, is a great source of total dietary protein. And like I said, every cell in your body is made up of protein. So getting more of that in your diet is always a good thing. But if you're trying to recover or heal from something specific, you definitely want to accelerate the amount of protein you're taking in to accomplish that purpose. Collagen is a little more specific. Collagen is the specific building block of all of your tendons, joints, any connective tissue, hair, skin, nails, all of that, as well is the integumentary system. Collagen comes from connective tissue. So, traditionally, a hunter-gatherer type diet, we would have eaten the entire animal. We don't really do that anymore. We mostly just eat the muscle meat now and discard the rest. But if you're eating something like chicken wings or like maybe rotisserie chicken, you're going to be getting more of the tendons and ligaments. You're going to be getting more collagen in your diet that way. Also, ground beef is a good source of collagen because it has some of the connective tissues ground up in it. So those are a couple of ways you can get it in your diet, or you can just supplement it. And what I really like about this one is it has no flavor to it. So like I said, I'm adding it along with the whey protein. It's not altering that flavor in any way. And if you don't like the flavor of these things, you can just mix it in water and just get it down. So the flavor is not going to be a barrier. But the collagen is something, like I said, it is specific for rebuilding joints, tendons, ligaments, the things that are most prone to get injured. Now, last on my list, I have included a couple of cofactors for this remodeling process. That is vitamin C and zinc. Again, you're going to find all this in the comments or show notes using the e-script that's coming from Designs for Health. There's a 30% discount code already applied. Let me know what you think of this video. If you like this, I'll make more in this style. And until next time, stay strong and enjoy the journey.